Pam Heller, AccuQuilt's cutting expert.
And I'm Erica Botker, AccuQuilt's creativity expert.
Oven mitts are a staple in every kitchen. The Go Mini Oven Mitt is a do-it-yourself project die, ideal for quilters or crafters who love to make custom oven mitts to gift or to resell. Think about all those great craft shows that you could make them for.
Absolutely. But if you need holiday or seasonal home decor or personalized gifts, mini oven mitts can be easily cut in minutes and sewn together both quickly and easily.
All right, so let's get started. First of all, you really want to follow your pattern and cut out each of the 4 different shapes. And actually, Erica, what I did was I kind of made a test one so that as I was sewing it, I made sure that I followed the pattern because you want to make sure you get all the pieces sewn together correctly. So I would suggest you make a little test one.
That is a great tip.
Just out of scrap fabric. All right, so here's what we have done. We have subcut our fabric according to the pattern. So this is the little loop that we're gonna have.
Right here,
on the oven mitt.
You gotta have a loop.
You do. Now, this is the inside bottom.
Okay.
And it says right here in the pattern, all the shapes.
Okay.
Inside bottom. Here is the inside top. And here is the outside. So what I've done is I've already made our sandwiches that we've done our little cross hatch stitching. So here's our pro tip. When you want to make the oven mitts, you want to use cotton for the outer layers and a heat-resistant batting such as Insobrite to protect your hands from burns. And we have used all of those in here.
Okay.
Okay, so let's talk about what's in our sandwich. So here's the outside of our oven mitt. Here's our lining. Both of those are cotton. Then we've used batting, cotton batting, and then Insobrite.
Great. And you want to go ahead and quilt it as desired before you cut your actual shapes on your die board.
And I'm going to give you another little tip. Sometimes when you're using that quilting, it kind of makes your fabric get a little bit smaller. So I actually pre-cut my fabric just a little bit bigger than the pattern said, so that as it comes together, then I still have a good edge to cover all of our shapes.
That is a great tip.
All right, it's on a 10 by 24 die board. It's going to fit through your Go and your Go Big. Let's cut some. And this is really an easy project to do. It'd be fun to do with like teenagers or, you know, just some fun, easy projects. All right, so we're gonna slide our mat, don't lift. And now you're gonna see where we cut all of our pieces. Now, this is really important because what you wanna do is you wanna turn this over.
Okay.
And this is our outside, and this is our inside bottom. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our ruler and we're gonna mark 3 inches here on both of these. So when we sew our pieces together, they're gonna line up. So we have our little ruler.
Okay.
And we have our pen.
Great.
Okay.
So there's our 3 inches.
Yep.
And we'll move it over here, 3 inches.
Yep.
And then repeat the same.
Yep.
On that smaller piece, right?
Right. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we are going to take this piece, which is our inside top, and we're gonna put right sides together.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm gonna stitch right along this line.
Starting and stopping, and I'm guessing back stitching.
Yes.
At that 3 inch mark.
And for sure, I want to use some clips.
Right, because it's going to be thicker than you want to try and pin.
Right.
I like using a flexible pin, and this would just bend them all. So go ahead, use those binding clips for this.
Yep.
They're going to work perfectly.
Okay, so Erica, what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold the flap up to here.
Right.
So you're just seeing that little lining part.
Okay.
And then we're gonna flip this over so that our flaps line up.
Okay.
Okay. And now you can see where we have marked it.
Look at that.
I know. It's really important to mark.
Yes.
And we're gonna come down here and we're gonna do the exact same thing. We're gonna sandwich it and then sew that 1/4 inch seam. Okay, we'll take off our little bindy clips.
Okay.
Okay, so now what we're gonna do is now we're gonna take this sandwich,
Right.
we're gonna flip it this way because now we have the thumb.
Yes. So now we just need to finish sewing those sides off, right?
Right, but before we do that, we're gonna do our little loop.
Oh, okay.
So the die cuts this little loop. So Erica, if you want to, just, could you fold it into thirds and then I'll just stitch it across the top. All right, so now what I wanna do is I wanna bring this loop right here and we're gonna put it inside.
Right.
Because we're gonna start right here and stitch all the way down on our sides. So I'm actually gonna put a little bindy clip here to hold this part. Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm gonna come right here before I even go anywhere and make sure I don't have a hole.
Excellent.
I know, let's be prepared here. And now I'm ready to stitch the other side with the little loop. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm gonna let you turn that inside out.
Fantastic.
And we should have our little loop there.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're doing exactly right. Make sure you're just pushing out all of those layers. All right, Erica, so let's talk about binding.
Okay.
So we have taken the lining fabric, which is this fun red, and cut a 2.5 inch strip. Mm-hmm. And iron it in half. And do you want to show our viewers how we're going to use that binding and attach it right there to our cute little oven mitt?
So switch places. All right, I'm going to take my binding and I'm going to start here. Now I'm going to leave myself some extra and we're going to go ahead and use some binding clips because that's going to help. It's going to be way easier. When you get to your seams, I'm going to suggest that you open those up just to cut down on the bulk. Go ahead, sew around, and then I'm just gonna sew right over here, so I'm gonna leave this section open.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
We've got our open ends, and we want them to overlap, and I'm gonna measure how much they overlap. So I want them to overlap technically by the width of my strip.
Okay.
But I always get a better success rate if I make it just a little bit smaller for myself, because I want it to be nice and snug. So I'm gonna go ahead and overlap those ends. Now you cut this strip at 2.5 inches, right, Pam? I did. Okay, so I'm just gonna lay it out here, and I'm gonna grab a ruler, again, just like we said, don't guess. And I'm gonna cut it at 2 1/4. And I'm gonna mark that right there. Now I can put my ends together. So this is how I'm gonna do that. Now I can open these up and I can overlap these.
So you would put right sides together.
Right sides together. And I'm gonna sew corner to corner. So I like to mark where that corner is and just pin facing towards that diagonal corner.
Oh, there. So you
and
can
then
see
I'm
where
gonna
it's
do the exact same thing over here, because that way, not only do I see kind of where it's going, but then I can open it up and double check that it's not twisted.
Perfect.
Okay? And we can see that I've got it right.
Oh yeah.
It's all put together. So now I can come back, I can just trim this little bit out of here, put it right under my sewing machine, finish it off, and then I can turn it to the other side, and I'll be able to finish that. We're gonna flip this to the inside, and then we can go ahead, stitch in the ditch.
Yes, use our little bindy clips.
Use our little bindy clips, and it's gonna be all finished off.
Right. So when it's finished, it's gonna look just like this.
Absolutely.
Where we have this cute little binding on it.
Right.
So these oven mitts are perfect for like hostess gifts,
Yes.
bridal showers, and more. With the Go Oven Mitt Die, you'll be able to make a baker's dozen in no time.
And you can pair it with the full-size oven mitt and a towel topper to create a personalized gift basket for any occasion and any season. Because at AccuQuilt, we're here to help you cut time
So you can quilt and craft more.